Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm just gonna jump right into this one. There have been more leaks. I mean, considering that there's, I think, over 500,000 messages in the server that were downloaded, there's probably still gonna be more. And I mean, I'm enjoying talking about this because it's just fucking disgusting and it's honestly mildly entertaining for myself to call out a huge fucking degenerate. But this video isn't just gonna be about Kris Tyson, it's also gonna be about MrBeast. The more the leaks I see come out, the more I find out that MrBeast may or may not have been a part of the server. And I'm starting to lean more towards may have been. Kris Tyson's whole ordeal talking to kids and being called out for liking drawings of underage children kind of set this thing into motion where people are pinning it on MrBeast, and now they're starting to call him out for all sorts of different shit. And by chance, if you haven't seen the video talking about the employee who used to work for MrBeast and pointing out that MrBeast is a massive fraud with proof, I do recommend you watch that video because it's not just him faking videos, it goes into a lot of really scummy shit that MrBeast does, and the more I watched it, the more morally corrupt MrBeast seems, and it kind of just like solidifies this feeling that I have that MrBeast knew about all of this and just didn't give a shit. Anyways, I figured we'd get more into the leaks, which do involve MrBeast, allegedly, and I'm only saying allegedly because no one can actually confirm that it was MrBeast at the time unless they have his Discord details, and I don't really think he's gonna give that up, to be completely honest. Anyways, let's start getting into these leaks. So, starting off, I'm sure most people know who Shadman is at this point because everyone's been talking about how Kris Tyson was directly linked to this dude's art. In the server, again, full of kids, Kris Tyson linked Shadman's website. Also, these tweets were from Larix, so if you do want to find them, go to Larix's Twitter and you should be able to find the whole fucking thread of them. And I'm sure he'll be looking into it more, so you'll probably see more within, I don't know, the day or tomorrow. Anyways, here's another message from Kris saying, refreshing Shadbase daily, just openly expressing his wild porn addiction to a bunch of minors. But unfortunately, that's not really new at this point. So we can do like a bit more different messages. So here's a message from Kris. He sends a picture, and fortunately, the pictures don't show up. But the replies to it are, who the fuck are y'all posting pics? And someone replies, oh wait, it's hentai, never mind. Here's a message from the server. Someone else saying, 11-year-olds are too old for me. Kris sends a picture, probably his butthole or something. Nicholas says, I got 3-year-olds. Here's another message sent from Kris saying, also the NSFW channel is for cultured people. Only those who achieve anime legends can enter. I mean, this message is disgusting because you're promoting an NSFW channel to children, but it's a little bit more fucked up that this is actually an incredibly tame message compared to the other shit he's already sent. Here's one of Kris saying, did anyone manage to get Belle Delphine's bathwater? Someone replies, dude, I was gonna buy it for you, then remembered. Kris says, I almost bought it last night, I didn't. It's sold out now. I legit texted you about this an hour ago. Would you drink it though, Kris? Nah, just cherish it. I'm gonna keep bringing this up because I just think it's just fucking sad. This dude is married at the time. If I'm correct, he was married. Imagine your wife coming home and seeing a cup of another woman's bathwater being displayed. Like, you're such a fucking loser. I mean, that's beside his wife finding out that he was talking to children in general. But that's a different side of the story. Here's another one of someone saying, I'm going to fist a drywall fleshlight. Kris replies, that's so hot. It's kind of left me scratching my head. I don't know if this is supposed to be taken literally or a strange metaphor. Still fucking weird, but continuing. Here's one that looks good on paper. Attachment. She's only 14. Damn. There's not really much to say to that one. like realistically. Especially this freak on the bottom saying, if she's 14, I'm 14. Like, you know that meme about the Discord chats getting leaked or the group chat getting leaked? This is like the epitome of that, but somehow worst case scenario. Like DEFCON 1. Here's another message from Kris Tyson, referring to people in his server as lolis. He says, my personal snap is Tyson YT, but I won't add anyone back who doesn't like anime. Someone says, don't add people back, please. This is my only way to communicate with you. And Kris replies with, LOL, jealous, loli is jealous. Here's another one. Kris says in a chat, I just put my nudes in NSFW. So I can reword this one for better context. I just sent a picture of myself naked in a server full of children. Now again, these pictures don't show up, thank fuck, but apparently Kris was sending his feet pics in chat, saying buy my feet pics, and at the bottom someone says nasty feet boy. I fucking hate reading this out loud. Like, genuinely. Here's a message from Lava telling Kris that he has a massive penis. Yeah, that's definitely a message you want to get from a 15-year-old. Your public image at this point is the the equivalent of a swine covered in shit fucking a dead chicken. There's nothing that can save your image here, and it's really unfortunate because if the police were to get involved, since these messages are from so long ago, nothing would probably happen. The only thing that's really affecting Kris is the fact that everybody hates him. Otherwise, I don't think he's gonna actually face any legal repercussions for doing any of this. Anyways, here's another message. Uwu licks shittle. 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 Sounds weird coming out of my shittle. Shittle. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Here's one that was speculated that Kris was sending trap hentai in the Discord chat. Again, thankfully it doesn't show the image, but the replies are insinuating that he was sending traps. Another one says, I'm coming for his thick ass. Here's a pretty nasty one. Kris says that there's nothing more free than peeing in the shower. Facts. Waterproof phone gang, and I'm guessing that he sent a picture of him in the shower. Hopefully not pissing on his phone or something. But someone says, Kris, that's a lot of moisturizer. Why are you in the shower? Here's another one of someone asking what he would describe as the average age of the Discord server, and he replies, 14. Now this is just a little bonus. Apparently this was from like an old Reddit thread from Kris Tyson. This thread comes from r/confessions. Obsessed with women pooping and farting. For a while now, I've been obsessed with the above. Often when I see a woman I find attractive, I imagine what her pooping would look like and how her farts smell. Surely this isn't normal. Has anyone else felt this? And Kris Tyson makes a comment and says, I thank thee for my new fetish. This guy... This guy likes women shitting. Now that those newer leaked messages are out of the way, I want to talk about the allegations of MrBeast being in the server. Now, here are the supposed messages starting with, no he's not, his penis isn't big enough, I know, referring to Kris. MrBeast replies, no, I know his penis size and it's huge. And Kris replies, MrBeast joins in to comment on my penis size, I love it. Now, according to Nate, who made the video talking about the leaks of the server, replied to Internet Anarchist, who asked him if it was the actual MrBeast who was saying this, and he replies, you're welcome. And yes, that is MrBeast Discord they were tagging in that screenshot. So like I said earlier when I was talking about this, the only way for him to actually prove that it's not him is if he were to show his Discord details. But then again, people said he could have been on like an alt account doing this. Personally, in my opinion, I'm now legally exempt. I don't have money for a lawyer. In my opinion, I think this was MrBeast. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, because given the things that I've seen come out about him recently, he seems like a real piece of shit. And he might think otherwise because of his charity donations and all the stuff he's done. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he's done some really good things, but he's also done some really shit things. You can call me stupid if you'd like, but I think running illegal lotteries, rigging it so only specific people win, especially people that work for you, that are already on your payroll, and scamming children into giving you money is really scummy and shitty. MrBeast doesn't really seem to take genuine criticism well either, as shown in a clip about another YouTuber reacting to his MrBeast bars, or the Feastables, which are half the size of your usual Hershey bar and has twice as much sugar, and they're being labeled as healthy, so of course they're going to be more expensive. Anyways, in that clip, he just kind of like throws this weird fit and gives off this really passive-aggressive attitude over having a genuine reaction. Also, I'm gonna say this right now. I said this way before. I'm not even hopping on the bandwagon here. I tried his Feastables once because I really wanted to try it. It was like the peanut butter one. It tasted like fucking garbage. Like if someone turned vomit into a candy bar and then sprayed peanut butter on it. Anyways, besides the point. What I'm trying to say here is that I think MrBeast knew about it. He knew about the server. He knew about Kris Tyson's interaction with children. I mean, they were, what, best friends for 16 years? They lived together. He was in the server, apparently. Like, you could not look him in the eyes and say, yeah, they were best friends for 16 years and they lived together, but there's no way he knew about this. Like, you could not unironically tell me that. I wouldn't believe it for a second. I think Jimmy knew the whole time and just didn't give a shit. Oh, and just some shit that MrBeast pulled recently. Y'all remember when I was talking about how in the tipping pizza delivery guys $10,000, you could find that clip of the Shadman drawing on the wall? Well, Mr. Jimster, or whoever the fuck controls or edits his videos, took the clip out. So it's not in the video anymore, and people are pointing it out. This just seems like he's trying to save his own image, and kind of fucked himself over in the process, because how do you think this is gonna make you look after people have already talked about it? Why would you take the clip out? And before anyone says, you can't really argue that this is supposed to be protecting kids or stopping kids from seeing graphic content, because if you were really focused on that, he would have taken that out, you know, in the editing process of actually making the video. As much as I would love to sit here in denial and come up with every possible explanation that could somehow save MrBeast here, because realistically, who wants to see the YouTuber that put a bunch of wells in Africa down or donated to charities turn out to be a massive piece of shit who's trying to cover things up? You know, as much as I would like to say, no, one of the most generous YouTubers in the world isn't a massive piece of shit who's trying to cover things up and totally didn't know about a server where one of his coworkers and one of his close friends were interacting with children and sending pictures of his feet and butt butthole to them. Because honestly, in my opinion, I think Jimmy is guilty. It's just kind of the conclusion I've come up with. I think he is just as guilty as Kris Tyson, not as in interacting with these things, but I think he's trying to cover it up and save his own image. Honestly, that's all I got. This video was my opinion. Please don't sue me. If you guys enjoyed, thank you for watching, and come back for the next.